So here we are in good old Norfolk with breezy coastal gardens, large rural landscapes and of course some urban rooftop planting. So if I said to you, let's design a jungle garden, you'd think I was mad, right? Well, you'd be wrong, because here at Urban Jungle Plants, I'm going to find out how to create a jungle-style haven.
So we started the nursery about 17 years ago, and it's like most people who run a nursery, it's a hobby that just goes completely mad. So I was a mad keen gardener, and this was my little local nursery, and I used to come here as a customer, and I just got chatting to the owners one day, and they were wanting to retire, and I had no real experience in horticulture, and I just thought, oh, why not? I'm going to give it a go. 17 years later, I'm still here. So we're now walking into our bamboo stock area, which is just around the corner here.
Yeah.
And these lovely old gnarly grapevines.
Yeah, they're lovely. So what's this one here then, Liz?
This is Phyllostochus aurea. It's characterised by the lovely knobbly canes, and you can see, like if you look there,
Oh yeah.
they're all knobbly, especially as they're
Yeah.
more mature. The good thing about this bamboo is that although in some parts of the world where it's warmer, such as south of France, this can rampage. In the UK, it's really well behaved.
Okay.
And it doesn't tend to sort of wander too far. It does get tall, you can get 5 or 6 metres, which would put most people off, except you can of course trim bamboo.
Yeah.
And they're really easy to keep under control height-wise.
And they grow
Yes.
nicely in pots as well.
Yep, they do. Some are better in pots than others. Some bamboo are quite vigorous, and you'd have to sort of pot them up every year.
Yeah.
And water and feed them loads. There are others that are more suitable for pots,
Okay.
such as Fargesia species.
Right. And how fast do they grow?
At this time of year, a new cane will start to emerge, and that cane will reach its mature height in just 8 weeks. So you can
That's
actually hear them
incredible.
growing. Yeah.
And this black bamboo here is absolutely stunning,
Oh,
isn't it?
it's
The canes are amazing.
Ebony, isn't it? So beautiful.
And does this grow nicely in the UK as well?
Yeah, it grows really well in the UK. Can spread a little bit. It's really well behaved in some people's gardens and not so in others. But in a few weeks' time, the new canes will come up and the plant will be absolutely transformed.
Fabulous.
When we first started here, it was just my business partner and myself running the nursery, and we used to do everything from the potting up to the watering, and we also used to have a market stall in the city centre. As well as having the nursery here, a few years ago our customers wanted us to have a cafe, and so that's been a great success. The last couple of years the cafe is really busy, and it's great because we have another set of customers who come for the cafe, but very often they'll pick up a house plant and take that home with them too.
Some people don't have a big garden, but there are options for kind of creating that lovely environment inside the house as well. And I know there's just so many plants here, but what kind of plants have you got as an example for people to start off with perhaps?
If you've got a nice bright room,
Yeah.
I'd go for something like Sansevieria, which would happen to sit amongst mother-in-law's tongue, is what most people know them
Yeah.
as. Most people kill their houseplants through giving them too much love, too much water. And we always say, if you're in doubt whether to water a houseplant, don't water it. People always ask me what the right amount is, and it's impossible to say because it depends on how much they have their heating on, how much moisture there is in their house or how dry it is, and it's something you get the feel for. In the summer months, put your houseplants outside for a little holiday. They love it. They absolutely love it, especially in the rain.
Okay.
Let the rain drop on them, yeah.
And to get kids excited in gardening, I think there's so much inspiration here. What kind of plants would you recommend young people get started with?
Well, I'd say don't try and push kids into gardening. They'll find their own way if they're interested in it, but a cactus on the bedroom windowsill, an indestructible one.
If we want to create that kind of jungle-themed garden, along with bamboo, palms are quite good, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are hundreds of different species of palms that grow in the world, but there are about sort of 4 or 5 that you can grow in the UK.
Okay.
They're perfectly hardy. Anything that gives you big impact, big leaves.
Okay.
Banana trees.
I was going to ask you about banana trees.
Yes, banana trees. And if you do want to get your children interested in gardening, don't give them carrots or radishes to grow. Give them a little banana tree, because in 2 or 3 years it will be towering above their head.
Yeah.
And children, they love gardens like this. They feel like Alice in Wonderland.
Captures the imagination, doesn't it? It's very different. So if you would just like to transform a patch in your own garden, or perhaps create an oasis on your balcony, there are many plants that can thrive really well here in the UK. And before long, you could be relaxing in your own jungle oasis.